Okay, so let's continue discussing the determinants of demand. So just a recap. So our first determinant or factor was the price. Second is the income, and the third was the expectation of future prices. So the fourth one is taste and preferences. So basically, this focuses on the preferredness of people or the consumers. So let's say, for example, if people opt to or prefer eating burger than spaghetti, so the demand for burger increases. And if people opt to ride a motorcycle over riding a bicycle as a means of transportation, so the demand for motorcycle increases. Basically, that's just it. Okay? The fifth one is population. So very simple. If population increases, the quantity demanded also increases. Lesser population, less demand. If you look at the demographic of a certain area, the demographic profile of the people, you look at their age. So let's say in Dumaguete, unsay mga daghang mga tao diri. Let's look at their age bracket. So probably the students, right? Because this is a university town. It's a small city. However, I think there are more than 10 universities and colleges here in Dumaguete. So the population of students and young professionals are quite higher here in the city. So what kind of products and services that are in demand or saleable, knowing that the population naingani nga edad? So basically, we have internet cafes, bars, you're gonna hang out. What else? Yeah, the mall. What else? Yeah, boarding houses. So all of these apartments for rent, dormitories. So they are in demand because of this. What's this? What do you call this one? The population. Okay. So lastly is the price of related goods. So in the price of, there are two types of goods here in this certain factor. We have the substitute goods and the complementary goods. So what's the difference between substitute goods and complementary goods? Substitute goods are goods that are used in the absence of another good. Example. Okay, you have your meat, pork as a substitute for beef, or chicken as a substitute for beef or pork, or you will have your potato or sweet potato as a substitute for rice, or corn for your rice. Okay? Pwede po ikaw as a substitute sa eggs mo. Yeah. Okay? So, alright. Anyways, if you look at the substitute goods, we have to consider two goods here, correct? So, good X and good Y. So, I have a student before asked me, Sir, na ba di ay good nga X? Yeah, good X. Okay? So, if you take a look at the two goods, if the price of good X, okay, if the price of good X increases, if this is a substitute good, if Y is a substitute to good X, then what will happen to the quantity demanded of good Y? It will increase. Why? If the price of good X increases, the quantity demanded of good Y increases. The same way, if the price of good X decreases, the quantity demanded for good Y also decreases. Why? It's because if the price of good X increases, you will, what? Since they are substitute, you will consume good Y, holding other things constant or ceteris paribus. Did you get it? Now, if in the same way, if the price of good X decreases, you will choose to consume good Y. Okay, that's for the substitute. For the complementary goods, what are they? These are goods used together or consumed together. Give me examples. Okay, you have your cell phone and your load. You consume it together. Yes, you have your coffee and sugar. What else? You have your gasoline and your car or motorcycle. And ikaw o siya. Okay? So those are complementary goods. So if we are talking here two types of or two goods, okay? So if the price of good X increases, what will happen to the quantity demanded of good Y? Since they are complements, they are used together. Yes, it will decrease. The quantity demanded for good Y will decrease. I'll give you an example. If, let's say, gasoline and car, okay? If the price of gasoline increases, let's say, 100 per liter, 100 pesos per liter, what will happen to the demand of car? Again, ceteris paribus, it will decrease. Questions? Okay, so I think that's it for the determinants of demand.